the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
First down, New York.
Ready, 50, plant.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
17 yards and a giant first down.
17 yards.
A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr., but a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019.
53 is the mark.
Jones now on first down. And this is Shepard on the catch. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
I'm going here. Son. Dang, baby. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check 53. Check. Go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He's got the rookie, Darius Slayton. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing on first down, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Good job.
Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0.
14. Jets, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the run. Switch. Yeah, lady.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Tight dog.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Check 99. Red 80. Joker.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
They don't want it.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 45 on second down, Darnold, and his throw's going to be incomplete. DeAndre Baker, the first corner chosen in this year's draft, there to make the play defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's caught by Herndon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember,
first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Bell. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Big stop, let's go.
They'll run it with Bell. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Saquon Barkley. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, here's Bell. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now it's Tate. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Jones throwing on first down, and he fires one incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Now he's forced out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jones. Off play action. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
Set up. 15 line. 15 line.
Throwing Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, as the first half is winding down, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle in New York. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime with a visiting Giants, I guess you could say, on top of the Jets in this New York rivalry. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
On third down, it's Bell, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
He's tired of you, young lady. No.
On second down, it's Bell. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Alert 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right, got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, Oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Jets take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return, it's Tate. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A first down carry for Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Again, it's Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, They feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Jones now off the play fake. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. All day, just like that. Just like that.
On 3rd down, Bell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their